Hey kids. Oh, I'm too full of the cookie. So, because Opzax lives in Europe, his April 1st showed up before ours did. And not bad, he chicken bombed pretty much everybody, which is hilarious. Expect to be done. That means now we need to pay back. So this is an undisclosed location I'm setting up for when I want to do things that are nasty and people can't find out where it comes from. Don't tell you where it is. And this gets me to somewhere. Oh, why am I not wearing my jetpack? Gets me to an area somewhere around Opzax's house, because otherwise this won't work. So what I'm going to do here, I'm just going to put this out of the way. Turn that on. I finally found a use for this thing, and it's going to be fun. So, slimes, I don't want to flood the place with slimes, but we're going to they're going to show up in 4 random locations inside his house. I'm going to do that like this. It's going to go around here. We're setting up 4 portals. Just like that. Now, before I get too far ahead of myself, I just keep the water out. I need some more rocks. Just block this in. And one of these. I'll put the books in for this afterwards, because I still need to do some work in there. Sign again. Doot. 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 Maybe a little more of this. I don't want to be cruel. Opzax's joke was funny. It wasn't cruel. This may border on cruel. I hope not. And sign. And more blocks. Alright. Oop, hang on. Just forgot that. Boop. Alright, so, my water bucket. Let's move these. So the point behind this is that as the slimes spawn, they'll get pushed over in the portals to a random portal at that, right? So each one of these is going to go to somewhere upstairs. Pick this back up again. Now you may say, oh, that's great, but what about the really big slimes? Well, it's where the miracle of signs, provided I don't screw this up, and lava coming. Heard that. Oh, that's why. There. Really missed a sign somewhere. So put a sign there. Is that one? Not like that. I got extra signs, what do I care? So this should suspend a lava block. Don't need one there. guess I will have to put some signs there so they don't try to slide all the way through. And this. Oh, I'm out of signs. That went a little faster than I thought it was gonna. Oh, messed that one up. Oh, I'll have to pop back home. Grab a couple things. Okay, we're back. So here's our setup. Got our horn. We'll just turn this on and let it cycle once. Tried to get rid of that, but that's okay. It'll clean it up. Need a big one. You're not big. You're big. Okay. Okay, yeah, it works. So the big slimes float back. They'll get pushed into the, Really, dude? It's worked in creative. So they'll eventually get pushed into this, this lava block and break up. Eventually. Here we are. Into smaller slimes, and they fall down into there. This means we'll have the medium and the small slimes. We're mostly just going for volume of slimes more than anything else. Oh, so much fapping. Okay, I just had to kill those guys, so we're getting on my nerves. So, because we want this, we don't want to just rain slimes. We don't want to fill it up, right? So we're going to take this guy, put him... receiver. Oh, thanks NEI, I needed that. Put that back. Receiver here. Piece of wire. Now this is going to come over here. And you just have to forgive me for a minute while I bring up my because that probably showed up on the screen, didn't it? That's the blueprint for what I'm going to do here. So we need a torch, repeater. Oh, we're facing the wrong way. That way. We need a torch, a repeater. Piston. Here we'll need another piston. A little bit more room. Repeater. Block. Transmitter. A timer, which we're going to have to lock here so it doesn't get on my nerves. One problem with this Silk Touch drill is that you can't get cobble out of it. So I'll just put that block there. Grab this lever. Lock that repeater so it stops bothering us. A little redstone wire. Don't do that. Let's chisel that out one more. Goes back to this piston. Now you're going to wonder why. What does all this nonsense do? So if we put a timer over here, so NEI gets on. Really? I'm going to turn this guy to something like that so he stops bothering me. And then we unlock this repeater. And we lose block. What we're trying to do is we're trying to create a clock, but one that self-resets. So this guy pushes. What did I do wrong here? Hang on. Okay, I know I did wrong. I accidentally had this, the timer right here. So what's going to happen is this timer will slowly swing around, activate this piston, shuts off this torch, activates this timer. This timer slowly swings back around, slowly, ever so slowly. So that guy there's still trying to fire because he can't. Yeah, there, see? Pushes him back. That guy back over there, reset the clock. Eventually. There we are, just like that. So I've got to shut these guys off for a sec. Stop that. Now the reason for this is that the duration that this guy takes to fire will be the duration that this shuts off. Right, so right now it's going to cause a ton of slimes, I just know it. So right now the clock has the wireless transmitter running. So any minute now, I missed this guy back. Any minute now the clock will fire. Which no it won't because I got that turned on. There. Now if I do, we don't want this guy to stay on forever, so I gotta set him to something short. I think I checked 3 seconds was good. So this guy here is going to swing around every 22 seconds. Activates this. What did I do wrong now? It's supposed to shut off. Grumble, grumble, grumble. Okay. Let's do something shorter because I'm tired of waiting. It should shut that off. Oh, I think someone else is using... I'm screwing with someone else right now. Let's change that to 1001. Someone else must be using that frequency. Yep, there we are. Worked. Yep, now it worked. This guy here is going to zip along. Do that. Turns that on. Shuts that off. Now we don't want this to go... We don't want to drive Opzax absolutely bonkers. So we're going to set this to every 5 minutes. Be 300 seconds, right? There we are. So every 5 minutes, this thing is going to fire, spawn 1 cycle of slimes, and what else is going to happen is, now we're going to take these books, turn these portals on. Nope, not that one. Now the beauty of this is that we already know that a lot of this stuff doesn't work unless there's someone else in someone keeping the area loaded. So while nobody's here, this literally won't work. If I just myself unstuck. So as long as no one's in this chunk, I know Opzax has this place loaded somehow. Even if he does, it does actually better. Is that if there's no one here, those won't spawn. So there's no worry about filling this house with slimes because he decided to not show up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go back to where shared. And we'll go visit the mining age. Wonderful miscraft lag. Get here and shut this off. Opzax's house is right here. Now I've actually forgotten where I put all the spawners. I think there's one here where you show up. It ought to be. One on the roof. And one somewhere else. So if we wait a little while, this will work, and I'll just pause it while I wait. Oh, and it looks like it's worked at least once. I wonder where the rest of them showed up. I just can't remember where I put them all. But regardless, even if I only get one or two of these little guys, the best part is that until he figures out where I hit it, which he's not going to, until I go shut it off, he is going to have a little slime infestation around his house. So I'm going to put this somewhere. Right here, I think. Art. Done. There we go. He'll eventually see that. He'll have to come check on things. At least with the chicken gag, once you kill all the chickens are gone. This should provide hours of amusement. Happy April Fools, Opzax.